What just happened? You're watching Saratoga Live, brought to you in part by America's Best Racing for the love of the race. Visit americasbestracing.net today. The dust just now settling following that unbelievable performance by Tiz the Law. He's Tom Amos. I'm Lafitte Pinkai. That was, again, not as fast as Arrowgate. Made it look about that easy, Tom.
Oh, and it was that easy. And for Tiz the Law, once again, you're talking about a race here in 2020 where he's put the field away by the time they turn for home. What he does after that is plays around. The game is over for Tiz the Law. He hasn't found anyone to challenge his ability yet in 2020. He will be your prohibitive favorite in this year's Kentucky Derby.
Every race over at the top of the stretch. And this one, more impressive than any other. Let's go back in case you were in a cave and somehow missed it. Look at the field and final odds for today's Grade 1 Runhappy Travers. Tiz the Law, as soon as wagering opened, was getting crushed throughout. 1-2 at post time. Uncle Chuck, second choice, 5-2. John Embrial with the call of the Runhappy Travers.
And they're off. Tiz the Law came away well, so did Uncle Chuck. Chivalry is between horses, and Country Grammar is down at the rail. As they come past the stands, it will be Uncle Chuck to grab the early lead. Chivalry is second. Tiz the Law is on the outside in third. Country Grammar runs in fourth. Caracaro is next in fifth. It's 4 lengths. Back to Max Player and the late closing South Bend. The field goes into the Saratoga Clubhouse turn with Uncle Chuck on top here by 3/4 of a length. Long shot Chivalry is next in second. Tiz the Law on the outside in third. The opening quarter, 23 and 3/5 seconds. Country Grammar is down at the rail in fourth, and it's Caracaro in fifth. 3.5 lengths. Back to Max Player. South Bend is at the back. The 3-year-old Colts now head up the backstretch with Uncle Chuck in front. Chivalry's in between horses. The favorite Tiz the Law on the outside after a half mile in 48 and 1/5 seconds. And they're halfway home in the Runhappy Travers. And here's Tiz the Law now to take on Uncle Chuck. It's Uncle Chuck by a half length. Tiz the Law in second. Country Grammar is now up to third. Caracaro's moving up on the outside of Chivalry. Farther back it is Max Player and South Bend. They are midway around the far turn, and the battle is joined here. Uncle Chuck on the inside and Tiz the Law on the outside. They are heads apart for the lead. Caracaro is in third. Max Player now makes his move on the extreme outside. Country Grammar is down towards the rail, and Tiz the Law has the lead at the top of the stretch. It is Tiz the Law in front with 3/16 of the finish. Tiz the Law has a 4-length lead. He's left the others behind. It's Tiz the Law. He won the Belmont Stakes. He's going to win the Runhappy Travers, and now it's on to Kentucky as the favorite in the Derby. Here he is, Saratoga's hometown hero, Tiz the Law.
The definition of geared down. You see the Saratoga stable colors. You'll see that crimson and gray on the canoe tomorrow. And we check in with Acacia Courtney, standing by live with winning Travers trainer, Barkley Tagg.
And what a special interview this is, Lafitte. Barkley, we did the first race of the day together, and now an even more special one after the Runhappy Travers. You told me as we were just talking, you never had any doubt about the distance for Tiz the Law, even though he may not originally look like it.
Well, I never did have any doubts about it, but you always have doubts in the back of your mind no matter what you say, you know, in a game like this. But he was just different than most horses, and I never thought this was to be a problem. I really didn't. A mile and a half, mile and a quarter, it just never entered my mind that it would be, and it doesn't look like it now, that it's on that screen up there. So.
Did you expect him to win in that way like he did? Because not only did he win, but he just dominated today.
I thought maybe he'd have to make a little run at the Baffert horse in the stretch, you know, and try and get by him there. I didn't know he could go to the front of the quarter pole and just keep on going. So it didn't surprise me, but it was a pleasant surprise.
We're all so happy for the little New York bred that could now onto the Kentucky Derby. What are your plans going to be for him now as far as prepping for that next hurdle?
Same thing we always do. You know, we'll give him about 10 days of leisurely stuff, and then we'll start breezing him again. We'll get about 3 breezes in him before we go to Kentucky. So that's all you can do.
Barkley, thank you so much, and a tremendous congratulations.
Barkley, I think we got enough points now.
Yeah, I hope so.
And one of the Saratoga stable owners just said, "We think we have enough points now, Lafitte." I think they do, as far as heading to the first Saturday in September.
Because of the wacky schedule, I think he has 372 points now, does Tiz the Law. Now here you see the WinStar Farm Cam, and at this point, Uncle Chuck on the inside, Tom, and Tiz the Law. Manny Franco is a statue in the stirrups.
No, he's a statue in the stirrups. He hasn't asked the question yet of Tiz the Law on the outside. The question's been asked on Uncle Chuck. Luis Saez is moving those hands and riding. Right here is where Tiz the Law is asked, and you can see him accelerate just watching. And when you notice a horse accelerate just with the naked eye, that's a horse that's really quickening.
And it was tough. It was tough between Tom Amoss, Serengeti Empress, Tiz the Law, and the Michelob Ultra Performance of the day, Tom, but it's the Travers. It's the Runhappy Travers, the Michelob Ultra Performance of the afternoon, Tiz the Law. This is one of the most difficult races to win in North America. The celebrated Grade 1 Runhappy Travers, always attracting some of the finest 3-year-olds. And Tiz the Law, it's a workout.
Oh, very, very deserving Mick Ultra Performance of the day. But you know what? I'm going to buy myself a Mick Ultra tonight because I think my girl Serengeti Empress did great.
She was brilliant. Congratulations again, Tom, and Serengeti Empress to winning the ballerina after that second place finish in last year's test. Terrific effort. Manny Franco letting you know who he is, who Tiz the Law is. And in the winner's circle there for the Saratoga stable, Barkley Tag and Manny Franco. And the Longines winner's circle presentation are being presented there with the Longines timepieces from the Conquest Classic Collection for winning the Travers Stakes there, all posing following that incredible performance by Tiz the Law in the Runhappy Travers. Guys, Andy Serling, Jonathan Kinchin, still with us. We've had a few minutes to digest it. Your thoughts on that easy win by Tiz the Law this afternoon?
I feel, Jonathan, like one of the most satisfying things you can see in the big races is the best horses to win decisively, and that's exactly what we saw today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a race that I'll watch on YouTube for the next 25 years and remember the day and how it all unfolded. And I'm also happy for the horse, and I'm also happy for Manny Franco.
As am I.
It was a huge opportunity for him. The Magic Saddle we talked about with Angel Cordero this week obviously came through again, and you can just see how much confidence that Manny has on this horse. He puts the stick away in about the next 3 seconds. He flips it back over, and he knows he's won.
He basically eased the horse in the last 16th of a mile, and let's give a lot of credit to Barkley Tag, too. You know you get under pressure to replace a rider. Now, we know Manny Franco's a top rider, but he's never had a chance to ride a horse of this caliber in these kind of races. So you know he got a lot of pressure from other jockeys and jockey agents to replace him. And let's give Barkley Tag a lot of credit for sticking with Manny Franco, and he's been rewarded because Manny has ridden this horse perfectly.
He's handled it all so well, and clutch ride after clutch ride, and a terrific team. Saratoga stable, Barkley Tag, Manny Franco, and Tiz the Law in today's Travers. We check in with Greg Wolf moments after the victory with Jack Knowlton of Saratoga stable.
Congratulations. You've lived in this town now for over 35 years. What does this win mean when you tried to get in this race 17 years ago and weren't able to with Funny Side?
It's just so exciting, to be in the race, be 1-2. There was a lot of pressure, believe me. I know on me, on Barkley, we've had well-wishers from everywhere. We saw a performance today that just blows me away. I mean, we know we got a nice horse. We thought we had the best horse, but to do what he did today, we're looking forward to going to Kentucky now.
Yeah, next stop, Kentucky Derby. Let's go to Maggie Wolfendale.
Oh, wow, what a cool experience. You know, we don't have spectators here, but they were cheering for you, Manny, on the outside fence over at the Horseshoe and everything. This is Saratoga and New York's horse. Manny, what a feeling you have right now.
Man, I can't explain how I feel right now. I feel all the support was there, even with no crowd, but I feel everybody is watching me. Man, I want to say thanks to Jack Knowlton, the owner, the trainer Barkley, Robin, Juan, the groom, and Heather for a great job with this horse.
And Manny, I mean, you are the up-and-comer. You're the younger guy in the room. There's Hall of Famers in there. How much does it mean to you that they've stuck by you with such a talented 3-year-old colt?
It means a lot because they made me be a better jockey to have this opportunity. So I'm here for that.
Manny, what wise words from such a young man. Congratulations with Tiz the Law.
Thank you, Maggie.
Oh, the guys, that was such a cool experience from being out here on the racetrack with a horse that, I mean, has just been everybody's hero, and now he's a Travers hero.
Maggie, thanks so much. The Windstar Farm Cam will pick up the action. Great stuff with Maggie and Manny post-race. Another look, Windstar Cam, Windstar Farm Cam, and Tiz the Law. And for Manny Franco, this next... this is going to be a lot of fun to follow. It's so unorthodox, and just trying to wrap your mind around it, Tom, the idea that you're looking at a Belmont Stakes winner, a Travers winner, who hasn't run in the Kentucky Derby yet, still alive for a Triple Crown.
Yeah, don't forget that today's Runhappy Travers is run at the same distance as the Kentucky Derby at 1.25 miles, as you watch Tiz the Law truly sprint away from his competition. He's done it every time this year. The 4th time that he's done it, he's taken on all comers. Nobody's come close.
Not yet. We will see, and we keep saying his stiffest test and his biggest challenge and his toughest competition. We would assume that in the Kentucky Derby, yeah, we will see the very best 3-year-olds in North America. But based on what we've seen thus far from the other contenders on that shorter list of Derby contenders, it feels like, you know, Tiz the Law and everybody else. And that's, I don't think I'm getting caught up in the moment by making that observation. I don't
Absolutely
think so.
not. I think Tiz the Law, in 4 weeks, the first Saturday in September for the Kentucky Derby, he'll be the biggest favorite we've had for the Kentucky Derby in recent memory. I really believe that.
Can't argue. Can't argue with that. What a great day of racing. Gamine in the test, Tiz the Law just now. And before that, the Ballerina, Saratoga's most celebrated event for older female sprinters. Serengeti Empress, a Kentucky Oaks winner. Tom, how exciting was this? What was going through your mind? What were you doing while Serengeti Empress was doing this?
Well, she's just gone an extremely quick opening half mile, and that's Bellafina to her outside in the white shadow roll, who's been laying back and letting her do all the dirty work. I thought this was going to be it for my filly, but my girl, she knows how to fight. She fights to the wire. This was as thrilling a victory as I've had in my entire life.
In your entire career?
Absolutely.
Grade 1 at Saratoga. Like, has it sunk in? You had to go right from there, and then I'm bugging you here for the next 90 minutes on the show. Has it sunk in, Tom?
It sunk in, and as a much younger trainer said at the beginning of the season when he had his first win here, we popping bottles tonight.
We popping bottles tonight. Serengeti Empress in that second place finish. There's Tom. Did it mean a little bit more because of how close she was in the test last year when she ran Kofefi, a history-making 3-year-old champion filly sprinter that you ran into last year in the test?
Until today, I never would have said this, but I'll say it right now. I think Serengeti Empress is a middle-distance filly that took her game to the Kentucky Oaks and won going 2 turns. But I think the middle distances is what Serengeti Empress has always wanted to do and what she's going to excel at.
Speaking of short lists, we'd have to do some of the research. I want to find how many fillies have won the Kentucky Oaks and then later won a Grade 1 race here at Saratoga at a sprint distance. A few and far between would be my guess. Congratulations, Tom, from everyone here.
Appreciate
on
it.
the show. Really, really proud of you there. And the filly, Serengeti Empress. We have another race. It's the get-out race. With all the chalk-late, Gamine at 1 to 100, Tiz the Law at 1 to 100. We have one race left. Maiden special weight event here. Field of 9. Banker's Beast down at the bottom. Louis Saya's big day. Current favorite at 2 to 1. We'll step aside when we come back. Post-parade. And take a look at this field for the 12th and final on this memorable Runhappy Travers Saturday.
Constitution is best up-and-coming sire.
He's beautiful, he's well-balanced.
He's throwing classic-type horses and horses that can go on to be stallions.
This horse has a chance to be very important.
There's really nothing not to be excited about. He's done everything right so far.
He's going to have a big career as a sire, even much better than he did it as a racehorse.
Whether it be long, short, grass, dirt, they can do it all.
He's over-delivered as much as any horse that I've seen.
He's really a dream of a stallion.
Triple Crown dreams can dawn anywhere. This one at Sequel, New York in the Hudson Valley. When Twin Creeks Racing foaled a handsome son of Constitution, Saratoga Stables chased the dream at the Fasig-Tipton New York bred yearling sale in 2018 when they outbid competitors to land Tis the Law. And at the 152nd Belmont Stakes, it was time to test the dream.
Tis the Law, and the New York bred is going to win New York's Belmont Stakes.
Make your dreams come true with the registered New York bred.
Warfront. This son of Danzig ranks among the world's elite sires, with Grade 1 winners on dirt and turf, and star performers both at home and abroad. Warfront's success as an international super sire is unmatched. Recent stars include War of Will, a classic winner on dirt and now a Grade 1 winner on turf. In the auction ring, Warfront was the #1 sire by highest average at Keeneland September, with yearlings bringing up to $2.9 million. Warfront, standing at Claiborne Farm.
Welcome back to Saratoga Live, brought to you in part by Runhappy. 2015 champion sprinter, always race medication free, now standing at Claiborne Farm. Still have time. This is only day 18. We're not even halfway there. So you can still get involved, get signed up for a $25 free play now today for new members. Visit NyraBets.com/Travers25 and enter promo code Travers25 to get your $25 free play right in your account. No deposit needed. Visit NyraBets.com/Travers25 for details on the free play promotion. Post parade for these New York breds, maidens, fillies, and mares. 3-year-olds and up going 6.5 furlongs. We start with Bella Dominica drawn inside at 17-1.
Race of today, the New York bred maiden special weight. Bella Dominica actually ran better than it looks in the slop last time, overcoming a speed bias and running third.
We saw Magnificent. Look at Blight and Lady and Manny Franco right back in the saddle.
Same race that Bella Dominica comes out of. Ran well in that race. Actually has more speed than it might look like.
Steppen Hawk, first-time starter.
Andy needed to be a little bit nicer there. Manny Franco's mad at him for picking him second. You probably should give him a little bit more love.
I can't win.
Steppen Hawk acting up a little bit. A misty taste pictured.
I mean, this horse was awful in the 2 starts that she's made before, but she's working really fast going into this race off the layoff.
Training well, then Sweet Sneak and Tyler Gaffleone.
This horse took no money as a 2-year-old, didn't do much running as a 2-year-old either.
8-1 currently, number 7, Tiny Magoo.
I want to know who Tiny Magoo is.
Who would be Tiny Magoo?
Mr. Magoo?
Maybe. Mr. Magoo, Tiny Magoo. Daughter of Giant Surprise, nothing in the name
Tom
that would
knows.
lend a hint.
Tom knows. He's not.
Love that face, 19-1.
No early speed from this horse. It's tough in dirt sprints when you don't have any early speed.
Dylan Davis aboard, and then the favorite here, Banker's Beast, 2-1.
I have no idea why this horse is favored. Tried the turf first time out. Now they try the dirt. I think this is a bad favorite.
Andy Serling's best bet of the afternoon, Banker's Beast.
No, my best bet of the afternoon lost like 2 hours ago. That Tom Amos guy. My best bet lost to Tom Amos. Do you know how embarrassing that is?
That's what you get. Pick against the Tis the Law, pick against Tom Amos. It's going to be a long day at the spa. One left, 12th and final in 4 minutes. We're back with 4 minutes to go. Saratoga Live, 12th and final on this Runhappy Travers Saturday. 3 minutes to go. They call it the get out race. You don't have anything to get out from, Tom. You had a big afternoon with the Grade 1 win. However, we're still going to bother you for your handicapping and perhaps the selection. You like anybody?
Yeah, I like the horse Andy was talking about, Tiny Magoo. Has had 2 starts. This is a horse that was actually in an odd sort of way protected from being claimed in his last start. And she ran well that day, was the big favorite, got beat, the track was off. But that figure that day, Andy, I thought was good enough to win a race like this.
Yeah, you probably had a couple drinks after Serengeti Empress one time. I understand. Listen, it was a big win for you. You never know when it could be your last Grade 1. So I'm going to forgive you for picking Tiny Magoo. And I think you just like the name. I think Magnificent is a major threat, the 2 Magnificent, to wire the field, and thought the 3 Blickton Lady was the biggest threat to her. Though I think the 8 Love That Face, who broke slowly, John, in her debut, is a way too big a price at 17-1.
I had a couple of drinks after Serengeti Empress, not for the same reason that Tom did, though. I like
Drinking on the air. Not most guys wouldn't admit that, right?
I like the 3 Blinkton Lady as well in here. This horse, I don't like horses in closers in sloppy racetracks, and this horse was closing in a sloppy racetrack, which I don't typically like very often, so I want to bet her back. And then also just a little bit of a hunch thing here. Can you imagine the adrenaline that's running through Manny Franco still at this point?
I just love, these riders. I mean, Manny Franco just wins the Travers, the best horse he's ever ridden. Got to be one of the great days of his life, and he's riding in this New York bred maiden race in the last race, and it shows the dedication that all the riders have, but particularly a guy like Manny Franco. And how do you not root for him, guys?
Absolutely. Again, we mentioned this in the show. He grew up wanting to play ball in Yankee Stadium. He looked up to Derek Jeter, and now here he is at Saratoga, mixing it up with some of the best jockeys in North America, the deepest, most talented colony, and this horse that has put him on the map, and he has handled it all beautifully.
Did we get that on tape? Andy starting the conversation by saying, I just love these riders. We got that on tape, right?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I even complimented you earlier today, Tom, so I'm completely losing it.
I just love these riders. Okay. Yeah.
People don't realize this. I get a hard time for being mean to riders. Nobody has been nastier to riders in his career than Tom Amoss. Tom told me a story recently that he was so mean to Irad Ortiz that he actually felt bad.
Yeah, I did. I was out of line, and I apologized to him. As anyone should.
But see, I've never apologized to a rider. That's the difference between you and I, Tom. I stand by my bad behavior.
Yeah, look, all I'll say about that is you put your heart and soul into these horses. And, then the riders get on their back and they ride them for a couple minutes, and maybe it turns out well, maybe it doesn't. And when you feel the frustration of putting your heart and soul into something, it doesn't go right. Sometimes, rarely, but sometimes you get out of line.
You sound
I've never misbehaved after a race.
Tom sounds like my producer, no matter who it is, after every one of my shows.
That's a tough producer. Wow.
Back behind the gate. Hey, Jonathan, you were discussing this yesterday about how when certain horses perform a certain way, you start getting those one-word text messages that you can't repeat on there. Did you get any of that between Gamine and Tiz the Law?
I did. I did get some of those. They were both just magnificent. It's these big days that I think you said it earlier, Andy, on the other show. These big days, you want to see that. I'll worry about betting 7-1 shots on Wednesday. I want to see those horses win.
I agree. I mean, listen, I picked against Tiz the Law today, but it was thrilling to see him win. There's no way you can't be happy as a fan of racing. A year the day after he broke his maiden. He's just a great story. And for these connections, Saratoga and Barclay Tagg, to have two major 3-year-olds in this span of time, less than 20 years, it's nothing short of remarkable.
Quick question, you guys. Yeah. Does Gamine go in the Kentucky Oaks off of today's performance?
I think she has to, because if she doesn't, where does she go, Tom?
Jonathan?
Too good to not try it.
There you go.
They can always turn back in distance and take on Serengeti Empress, who they're going to say Gamine ran a second faster than her today, but Serengeti Empress set a much faster pace. So she worked hard, not knocking Gamine, but Serengeti Empress' performance was a lot closer to Gamine's than a lot of people might think.
Taking a lot of heat and dishing out a lot of heat. Serengeti Empress in the Grade 1 ballerina. Gamine, sensational in the test for 2-time Triple Crown winning trainer Bob Baffert. I thought that comment was funny from Barclay Tagg about the show. He's like, where else am I going to go, right? On to the Runhappy Travers now. Tagg and Saratoga. Tagg is won and Saratoga. Derby, Preakness, Belmont, Runhappy Travers. All set for the nightcap.
And they're off. Steadying shortly after the start was number 6, Sweet Sneak, and she's at the back of the pack. Munificent goes out for the lead. Blitzton Lady is next in second. Banker's Beast on the outside runs in third. It's almost 3 lengths back to Love That Face in fourth. Bella Domenica down at the rail runs in fifth. And then it is Misty Taste in sixth. Farther back, it's Sweet Sneak, who's running in seventh, followed by Tiny Magoo. The opening quarter mile went in 22 seconds. Blitzton Lady on the outside of Munificent, with Banker's Beast right there in third. It's a break of 3.5 lengths to Bella Domenico, along with Love That Face, and then Misty Taste. And a big break back to Tiny Magoo and Sweet Snake. As the field comes for the top of the stretch. The half went in 45 2/5 seconds. It's Bridgeton Lady who now comes away with the lead. Bella Domenica's on the outside. Munificent is down at the rail. An eighth of a mile to the finish. It is Bridgeton Lady, and on the outside, Bella Domenica. Bridgeton Lady holding on. Bella Domenica is second, and it is Manny Franco to win the finale on Bridgeton Lady. Bella Domenica was second, and Tiny Magoo finished third.
It's the Manny Franco show here at Saratoga. They're winning the Travers and in the nightcap here, Manny Franco, Bridgeton Lady in the 12th and final.
Yeah, no, sitting pretty, turning for home, was able to keep it going to the wires. That was part of the big pace early. Hey, Andy, that was Tiny Magoo, the 7-horse that finished third. Where did your Munificent, the 2-horse, run?
Right behind her.
Aha.
But Tom Amoss is so desperate that he's crowing about a third-place finish in the last race, and he's stealing the thunder from Manny Franco.
You know what? You're right. I apologize.
Grade 1 winning Tom Amoss. Get it right, Andy, okay?
Yeah.
Look, I wonder if he had the magic saddle on this 40-claimer.
I mean, can you guys think of a better way to put a bow on today's card than Manny winning this race? Comes back and rides after winning the Travers, maybe the biggest win of his career, rides a maiden special weight, a New York bred, and gets the job done. A great day of racing and a great way to end it.
And it's how it started. First race of the day, Barkley Tag. We should have known then. Second race of the day, Manny Franco. And in the end, it was all Tag, Franco, Saratoga. And 'tis the law. You see Manny Franco there with the eventual winner in a 3-1-7 unofficial order finish. I loved one of his post-race comments, and he said it after the Belmont as well. He was asked about winning these races without the fans being here, which we all miss so much. And he said, I feel like they're here. He said, I feel like they're here. So it's not that different. And for Franco here, the New York bred 'tis the law in the Travers, and the cherry on top, 3 wins on the afternoon, winning the nightcap with Bridgeton Lady, 3-1-7. Photo for fourth. We'll wrap it up when we come back.
When Liberty Run by Runhappy won a maiden special weight race, he did so winning by 6 lengths.
It's Liberty Run, a son of Runhappy. Liberty Run dominates in his debut.
If you're Runhappy, Colt or Philly wins a maiden special weight race at Saratoga, Del Mar, or Kentucky Downs, you'll receive a $100,000 Runhappy bonus. Runhappy, standing at Claiborne Farm.
Nominate now for the Thoroughbred Industry Employee Award.
Nominate now.
Have you nominated?
Nominate now.
Nominate now.
Nominate now.
You should nominate now.
Nomina hoy para los premios de la industria.
Nominate today.
What are you waiting for? Why haven't you nominated yet?
Eclipse champion Blame. Ranked among the top stallions of his crop, Blame has sired over 50 stakes horses. His recent top performers include Nadal, a $700,000 juvenile purchase and winner of the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby, and Shotsky, winner of the Grade 2 Remsen Stakes, plus recent Grade 1 performers Mississippi, Alandra, and Natalma Stakes winner Abscon. Outstanding value, outstanding results. Blame, standing at Claiborne Farm.
Racetrack Television Network brings you every race, from every track, on every screen, every day. With monthly packages starting as low as $5, RTN gives you great value and access to more live HD streaming and race replays than anyone. Visit RTN.tv today to sign up and watch on almost any device, including Roku and Amazon Fire. Use promo code TRYRTN for a 5-day free trial.
Picture perfect day at Saratoga for Runhappy Travers Saturday. As always, our coverage brought to you by Naira Bets. At any time, any place, anywhere at nairabets.com. And a third trip to the winner's circle. Manny Franco there, Bridgeton Lady for the Off the Hook LLC. Jorge Abreu graduates in her third career start here, Tom.
Yeah, no, ran a good race today. And when you pronounce that name, don't forget the L.
3-1-7 at Saratoga in the 12th and final. And we've got, is tomorrow the mandatory payout for the Empire 6? Mandatory payout for the Empire 6 for that Sunday program here at Saratoga, $1.3 million, 1.3 million for the Empire 6. The late pick 5, chalky afternoon, Tom, and 565 the return. But the big horses, the superstars, they showed up in a big way.
They did show up in a big way, and you're still, for a 50-cent bet, getting $565 and your 50 cents back after that.
That'll work. Your 50 cents back. That will work. I guess that the performances aside, and this year that horse racing is operated and continued through a pandemic and proved sustainable, but with nobody here, I can only imagine what it would have been like here for a New York bred to do that in front of 50,000 here at Saratoga. You
and
can't
a
think of,
hometown hero.
Yeah.
I mean, this is his town. He owns it. He's the sheriff. Is he not?
Lays down the law. So again, the fans really missed. We hope you enjoyed our coverage this afternoon. Thanks to everyone in the cast and crew. He's Grade 1 ballerina winning trainer Tom Amos. I'm Lafitte Finkai for Jonathan Kinchin, Andy Serling, Greg Wolf, Acacia Courtney, Maggie Wolfendale, the entire cast and crew. Gary Stevens back in LA. Again, hope you enjoyed the Travers today at Saratoga, and we're not even halfway done with the Saratoga program this summer. We'll be back tomorrow on FS2. Racing continue. That big carryover, the mandatory payout in the Empire 6. Look at Manny Franco. He's like this guy. This guy, the fist pump, Manny Franco entering the winner's circle. 'Tis the Law, brilliant in the Runhappy Travers. Next stop, Churchill Downs and the Kentucky Derby. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.